All right, so now we've taken all the quarters off, we've taken the back strap off. I'm going to show you how to take the brisket off. Because on most ungulates, muswa, psamosis, waskiso, all you got to do is there's a line here that you follow and you can cut, because this brisket is just attached by cartilage between the ribs, separating the ribs, and you can even cut a line there. But you can cut through there without having to chop or anything. And you just have to find where that joint is. And then once you find that joint, you just cut along and it'll cut right through and free up this brisket. And you'll see that brisket separates from the ribs, from the rib cage. Then I'll just go and I'll follow that line again to where that cartilage is, that joint that joins the brisket to the rib cage. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut along this rib here, the farthest rib. And then I'm just going to detach this rib with my axe. Then I'll do the same thing on the other side. And this whole brisket will come off. So I'm going to put my knife here, grab my axe, and I'm just going to chop right along the rib cage where it joins on to the backbone. And I'm going to free up this ribs. So right against the backbone, I'm just chopping those ribs off so I get those ribs freed. So again, you want to be really careful when you're cutting and chopping right along that backbone to free up the ribs. So I've got it freed up and I've got the ribs free. So now all I'll do is I'll take my knife, and from this side you can see where that joint is to free up the brisket. This is the brisket. So I cut along here right where that line is, and then I'll do the same thing to the other side of the rib cage to free up the ribs like this. So I can take again as much as I can. Now what I'm going to do after I'm done that, taking the other side, is I'm going to take the neck, because there's a lot of really good meat here that we can use to grind it up, make burger. But this is really good meat for like burger and stuff. So what I do is I just cut as much as I can right to the bone on each side. And then here, high up as I can, and I'm going to cut around through all the muscle and the meat, and I'm going to take this part of the neck, because once I get it home and start butchering it, I can cut all this meat off and grind that up for a burger. So again, right against the neck, right around. And then all I gotta do is take my axe. I'm gonna chop this off, chop it off here, and take this whole neck part. Because again, with any animal, we don't want to waste anything. We don't want to leave anything, because this animal gifted itself to us. So we take everything possible that we can to eat and to utilize for food, because we got to appreciate the gift that these animals give to us, so we don't waste anything. All that's going to be left is just this backbone. And even then, our elders tell us that when we leave these, we're feeding the other animals out there. The kakago, the crows, and the magpies, and the Wiskitans, all of those animals, they come and eat off of this, and they thank us for that. So we were feeding them with any of these bones and everything that we're leaving, but we've taken everything we could possibly use off of this animal, and that's how we show our appreciation. We don't want to waste anything. We don't want to leave anything. We take everything we could possibly use, because this animal gave its life for us, and we want to show appreciation for that. So we take every little bit of meat, anything we could use to sustain our bodies, because this animal gave itself to us, and we got to appreciate that.